Sure. Well, I don't know very much about this campaign. I don't have a lot of details. All I know is that it involves spelling the name of the country in Turkish. So Türkiye instead of Turkey, which is fine. There's absolutely no problem with countries celebrating their own culture and their own language. The only thing that worries me is that I assume that this is at least partly a tourism campaign. And the whole point of tourism is that it's about hospitality. It's about being welcoming. It's about encouraging people to want to discover your country. And if you start by trying to teach them a new name for the country, that doesn't make things easier for them. It makes it harder. And especially because the word Türkiye with the U with the two dots, this is a symbol which 98% of the world's population can't find on their keyboard. So it is actually making things harder for people to identify the country. But maybe that's a minor point.
Far from the spelling thing, like this campaign can be useful in terms of showing the bonds between Turkish world. So as you may know, there are so many Turkish or Turkish countries in the world, like Turkmenistan or Azerbaijan. They are also like our brothers, and some of them have some problems in their countries, like some of the Turkish countries near China have some problems they face right now. So it may be useful to, not because of only our like tourism politics, but away from them, like some kind of awareness, like we want to hear our voice and we want to say, yeah, it's Turkey, not Turkey, it's Turkish, and we are Turk people, and we want to like awareness campaign, some kind of. So wouldn't be useful in this way?
Well, for sure, if the campaign is targeted specifically at Turkic countries, then maybe that makes sense. But I would say if we're talking about an advertising campaign, the best thing to do is to communicate in the language of your audience in every single country. So not to try to find one single version of the country's name, but to use the name that people know. So if you're speaking to English people, you call it, or American people, you call it Turkey. If you're speaking to French people, you call it Turquie. If you're speaking to Italian or Spanish people, you call it Turquia. You know, that's the right way to do it. Maximum communication.
Yes, I completely understand that you is even hard spell for me as well. Even if I'm Turkish, I can make every single what they say sound in Turkish. But like, think about it. As a country, we want to develop something. Like we are trying to produce a car, electrical car. Like we are trying to make our country safer, and with that, we want to say something new, and we want to like, hey, we are developing our country, and now we are changing our name, and it's kind of advertisement. Like, it's not only a name change, it's the image that shows we are changing and we are trying to get it better. Like, I think our political heads think like that as well, because okay, some images or some news may say they are bad things, that they are Turkey is getting worse. Like maybe in some what they say, maybe our money lose its value, but otherwise, not otherwise. I'm sorry. In addition to that, we are trying to develop something, and we want to advertise it in some way. Yeah. So I can hear your thoughts. Maybe about it, and it won't take so many. Oh, I'm sorry, my English is bad as well. At least I can share my opinion, and I want to hear your thoughts.
I understand that perfectly, but unfortunately, trying to teach people a new and more difficult way of calling your country is not welcoming them. It's not bringing them closer. It's pushing them away. It's making things more difficult, more complicated for them. It feels like a pushing away gesture. It doesn't feel like an embracing gesture. That's the difficulty. But also, there's another point here which is more important, and that is that Turkey, like many countries, as you say, is facing a lot of serious problems. Inflation, and to name just one of the problems that you mentioned. Trying to change the name of the country is not going to fix any of those problems. I think that there is a tendency for governments all around the world to imagine that their country is like some kind of product, some kind of brand, and that you can just wipe everything clean by changing the name and start all over again. But of course, it doesn't change anything. It just confuses people. It just makes them more puzzled. Countries are not judged by what they say about themselves. They are judged by what they do. And so if Turkey does something that really helps the international community, like, for example, receiving millions of Syrian refugees, then that improves the image of Turkey, because people look at Turkey and they say, wow, these people are doing more than we are. And that's very positive. If Turkey does something bad, then that damages the image of Turkey. These are the things, the policies, the behaviors that change the image of the country, not the word that you use on some advertising campaign, because in any case, people don't look at advertising, they ignore it. It's like empty propaganda. It costs a lot of money, but nobody pays attention to it.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. So one last question. Have you ever been in Turkey before?
Of course I have.
Just to ask.
Of course I've been to Turkey. I was there quite recently. I was in Turkey about 3 or 4 weeks ago for the Strategic Communications Summit in Istanbul.
Right now we are in Istanbul. We are in Sultanahmet Square right now, and we say thank you from Istanbul to joining us in this program. And if you don't have anything to add to your thoughts, we can end it up right here.
No, that's great. Thank you very much for speaking to me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. Hope to see you again. Have a nice day.
Okay. Anytime. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.